think Loon is hosting today.
I believe so, man.
Not today.
No, not today. Not today. Damn, that means it's all on me. So, I think today I want to talk to the air. You know, because apparently there are not a lot of us. You know, we got stomach bugs and all kinds of other complications happening. I'm kidding.
Africa got Thanos.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but apparently half our crew got Thanos. No special guests. You know, I don't even know if Blicky should be considered a special guest at this point. Yeah, he's more of a cameo. Yeah, watch. He gonna jump in here and he like, what I miss?
I'm here.
Nah. So, yeah,
Hidden character.
He'll be here. Can't ever be on time. Always got to run on CP time. But for once, we're actually not starting on CP time. So just want to take a moment to say good evening, everyone. Welcome to Start Button Live. And this is where we talk about gaming opinions, gaming news, gaming facts, and things that deal with all things gaming. So we actually talk about more than just gaming. Sometimes we talk about wrestling. Sometimes we talk about, I don't know, movies. Depends. But sometimes it's TV shows. Sometimes it's just relevant to, you know, the gaming culture. So we just wanted to kind of give you guys an overview of who we are, what we do. You know, tonight, you know, you're going to have me, your guy, King Anarchy, aka Tomes. And joining me is going to be Mr. Loon and Hustle Simmons. So enjoy that ratchety goodness that is the three of us. We got a little bit of a lit episode for you tonight. And we got some opinions, but I don't know how long we're gonna go. Maybe we'll hit the full 2 hours that we normally shoot for. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Depends. Either way, just wanted to start off by saying welcome to you all, and welcome Principetti. Oh yeah. Oh, I can't wait for this one. Hell yeah, they're stealing from us. Games come out half. You know what? There's more to it than just that, but we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into all of those details. That's actually
he's not wrong.
Last topic of the night. So you're not wrong, but we're gonna get into those details, and I definitely want to hear what you guys think as far as like how you feel about game devs, and not necessarily game devs, but you know, whether the game devs are kind of stealing from us. Essentially, I'll explain the whole story sooner or later. So anyway, I got a question for you guys. This one was actually posed by Mr. Blicky Johnson himself. Which AAA do you expect? Which AAA studios do you expect great games from? Like, if there had to be one AAA dev that's been doing it for a long time, that you know when they put something out, they just gonna do it. Who's it gonna be? Go ahead, man. Don't say Bungie. We need you to unmute so that you can, you know. It ain't working.
All right, my bad.
There we go.
I expect great things out of CD Projekt Red, even though they had a fumble, a big fumble, but their games hasn't really disappointed me. The glitches, on the other hand, might, but the gameplay, the story, always been on point to me. Now,
that is true.
Which one likely to disappoint me?
It's gonna be the same.
Bethesda.
Dang. Oh, that's surprising.
Like,
not surprising,
if it's not not Elden Ring, but Elder Scrolls. Even with Fallout, I love Fallout. By the way, I'm not expecting great until like the modders get a hold to the game. Like out of the box, basic modders get a hold to it, it becomes something completely different and better. So
So what you're saying is that you expect Bethesda to not do well, but okay. I mean, I could respect that. I could respect that. Like Bethesda, you know, they've done some things in the past that will make a person kind of go, you know what I mean?
Like last year?
Yeah, like Starfield.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like Starfield. I'm not gonna fight anybody on that. You know
And
what I mean?
Ubisoft, I don't expect nothing great. Now, before I say this, the developers, I know y'all do a great job. Y'all work hard. Y'all put everything into it. You know, you give the old sailor try, whatever. But
Oh, the good old college try.
the good old college try. Lord have mercy. Ooh.
So all right.
I'm coming.
So we know what devs we expect to do great things. What do we like? Prince of Petty said that Square Enix usually doesn't disappoint.
That was gonna be my answer to that. Square Enix is usually pretty much on the money.
I mean,
usually they hit.
Send me
We ain't talking about the shit they publish. The shit they publish is questionable.
What do you mean by shit they publish?
Like games that are published under them that aren't developed directly by Square Enix.
Like
they do publish a lot of games. If you noticed.
Yeah. They put out a couple last year that I kind of, you know, I wanted to get them, and then I was like, nah, I'm gonna just wait for a sale.
Exactly.
Like that Valkyrie game that came out last year.
I need to get that one.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. I got a Square Enix. So anything besides Final Fantasy has it been great?
Fantasy is usually
he said EA they expect to put out something trashy or money grabby.
Oh yeah.
So speaking of trashy and money grabby,
let's talk about Blicky. Send me Blicky's link.
Oh, that's a good one too. Rockstar has really wait.
Yeah, I expect great things from Rockstar. I expect great things when they say
Manhunt, Bully. Yeah.
Max Payne.
Hit.
Other ones too. Didn't they do Road Rash? Is that
right,
also
so
Rockstar?
Let me ask a better question then. Is Rockstar separated from Take-Two Interactive?
Yes.
Why?
It's not.
I don't know.
But Take-Two's not the studio that develops it. That's just the publisher. Rockstar is the studio that develops it.
All right. People pay for
Gearbox.
it. All right, Blake, I'm bringing.
At this point, Gearbox now.
Gearbox.
So with that being said, I have to separate them because Gearbox might drop a couple dump trucks.
They just acquired Gearbox, but if you look at a list of games that Take-Two Interactive has actually been a part of, because remember, didn't THQ Nordic get picked up by Embracer, and then like Take-Two got some of the IPs or something like that? Like, somebody look up Take-Two real quick. Somebody
did they? Let me do that.
I can look it up.
But they didn't take THQ, did they?
I don't think so.
I was gonna say they took THQ, and that means that they no, they wouldn't own Volition. Because I was gonna say that would mean that Take-Two also owns Saints Row.
No, I think Embracer owns Saints Row.
I'm about to tell you right now why Take-Two and Rockstar need to be separated.
Here it comes.
Because the very first thing that pops up when you go to Take-Two games is NBA 2K. That by itself just immediately gets them. They gotta go already. It's over.
Yeah,
you can no longer connect them as far as greatness. Like there has been like at least 6 back-to-back letdowns in 2K.
Yeah, we said studios, not publishers. So yeah. I'm with Blicky on this one.
Yeah.
All right. So who's the developer for 2K? 2K Games.
2K Games.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying, like, when you said
You don't get to collectively put together.
I'm asking.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
thought you
Like,
trying
you
to put
can't
together
really
Rockstar and that.
no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't really put Rockstar and Take-Two in this particular conversation as on like the same like judging ground, is because Rockstar literally drops only bangers. Like, I can't think of a bad Rockstar game. Like, I truly can't.
Unless
Even
we
the
want to
games.
count that remastered version
okay.
of the GTA. That was
Not including the remaster. You know what I'm saying?
So, like Prince of Petty said, Rockstar takes their time every time. You know what? Midnight Club 3.
Banger.
What?
Banger.
Midnight Club LA?
Banger.
Midnight Club LA was buns. That's what killed the franchise.
Yeah, LA was.
Wait, Midnight Club 3?
No, LA.
LA was 3.
That came after 3.
Midnight Club 2 was Dub Edition, remember?
No, Midnight Club 3 was Dub Edition.
I gotta look it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking it up.
No, it was 3.
Midnight Club 2 was Dub Edition.
No, the fuck it wasn't. Stop. Hold on. Wait.
Nope. Hustle's right. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. And I'm looking at the cover. That's definitely Dub Edition.
All right. So then Midnight Club LA was Midnight Club 4.
Yep.
Pretty much.
And that's what killed the franchise.
Oh, y'all saying LA was underrated? That whole open world drive around.
That shit was trash.
Speed ass. That game got kind of dry.
The rubber banding was terrible in that game too. Let's not forget the rubber banding in LA was trash.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like the reason why Midnight Club had a downfall is because they try to become another Need for Speed instead of sticking with their own original recipe.
Well, you got to remember that Underground and Underground 2 were the big things when like Dub Edition came out and Midnight Club LA. So they literally tried to walk into that Need for Speed lane instead of sticking with their Midnight Club.
And got rolled over.
I said, they went into that open world, drive around the city type of thing. And what we wanted was races. We wanted that exciting racing. Like, give me the racing. Like, don't try to be something else, because EA was still kind of walking through all of the things that they could do and trying to figure out where they wanted to take Need for Speed. And Need for Speed had a couple of drops on its own. Let's be real.
Sure did, because they could have
Need
just
for
skipped
Speed.
Carbon.
What was it? Heat.
They definitely could have skipped Heat. They could have skipped Heat. They could have skipped the remake of Hot Pursuit.
I'm about to do it.
No. Don't you do it, Blicky.
What
else? Since you look like you're running down a list, what else? What else could they have skipped with Need for Speed? Because now you're about to offend me.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna tell y'all. Okay, it's harder for me to tell you the games that's not in versus the ones that's in. So as far as the ones that's in,
Need for Speed does have more L's than Midnight Club, but Need for Speed also has like
they have more
games than Midnight Club.
Yeah, they got more games. You're bound to have more L's with more games.
Way more games.
You got Need for Speed Underground 2. Those are 2 was bangers. Carbon was and Most Wanted.
Carbon was solid.
Carbon was just Most Wanted over.
Even the Need for Speed remake was actually kind of
It's a continuation.
The only problem is that it was just nighttime, but it actually had like a lit storyline. It has some of my favorite racers in it.
And the new Need for Speed, I like that one. The newest one, that was all right. I like that one a little bit. But all the other ones is trash.
I got a controversial opinion. I'm sorry.
Trash. I said what I said, Tone. Pick your lip back up.
Who the hell?
Hold on, I got a controversial opinion. Because I went back to play.
Hold on. All right. I do not like the original Need for Speeds that used to come out on PC. Before they started like the Underground series or whatever. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of like Pro Street was alright, I guess. It was mid, like completely mid.
Pro Street.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was trash. Like it was like Grid. But again, Need for Speed had to find their way. And sure, some of them weren't needed, but I'm gonna be honest with you, like when you look at the game culture, what we very much so lack a lot of times? Racing games. Racing games don't come out as consistently as sports games. So you go 2-3 years and like you might have 3 racing games in a year. Like we recently got over the past couple of years, we got a Need for Speed game, we got a Forza Horizons game, we got a Forza Motorsports game, we got Test Drive coming out, we got The Crew, we got Gran Turismo, but then we're gonna go through a dry spell with no racing games or no really good ones that actually stand out, and then it's gonna be like, yo, what happened?
I don't think none of the games you just named stand out, and I'm gonna add another game to that list of unstandoutable games.
Somebody mute this guy. Can I mute him?
Project.
No, wait. You
so anyway,
Forza doesn't stand out.
Oh, I muted him.
Oh,
you can't talk.
That's crazy. I'm not even a racing game fan. Forza.
Sir, did you play Forza Horizon 5?
5. I didn't play the new one though. The one after
Horizon 5 is a banger.
Every one of those is that's crazy.
Unstandoutable isn't even a word.
That's what I'm talking about.
I said what I said, man. Look,
no, you about to get muted again. Stop talking.
Forza is good. I did play Forza. I played Forza Horizon 5.
You played Forza Horizon 5 on a Series S, bro.
No, I played it on my PC.
all the graphics
don't shade. Yeah. But see, that's the problem. I feel like that right there, what you just said is the main reason I feel like people are just
it ain't even about the graphics,
the actual game.
The game performed. The game was fun. The game had a plot line, and Ubisoft stole their entire game to make a whole game.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say anything about the graphics, because I was just using it to practice photography.
Right.
Like it was that good.
Wow.
Like, that's crazy.
That's because you play it on a potato PC. You lucky I got you upgraded now, so I can't talk about the current PC.
Actually, technically, I played it on your upgraded PC.
Oh well, then you just don't like racing games.
And
I love racing games, but I'm gonna be honest. I am a little biased with my racing games, though. I can't say
biased.
That.
How? Biased bad?
I don't like the like indie track racing games, like the ones on the actual track where you gotta. Like that's the reason why I've never.
No, he doesn't like actual track racing. He likes open world racing.
I like street, but that's another reason why I feel like Midnight Club was a banger. That's that. So I guess I can be biased on this. That's why I think Midnight Club was a banger. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love Need for Speed.
Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon series
was good.
Never in a track, right?
Look, I got a controversial opinion right now too.
That's why I said I like Forza Horizon 5.
That's what we were just talking about. Where you said it was mid.
Because compared to other games, it is mid, but it's not. That doesn't mean it's bad. It don't mean it's bad.
Yo,
what I said. It doesn't mean it's bad.
What is this ass take right now, bro?
Right.
I'm just saying. I didn't say it was bad. I just said it was mid. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Niggas smoke mid every day.
Apparently you do, because I don't know what this is right now.
People smoke mid every day. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's crazy.
It's like I said. And
then you said Midnight Club, LA was great. What the fuck? What?
For the times. Times does matter.
Hold on, you said get rid of heat.
I didn't say get rid of heat.
Look,
I did say get rid of heat. No, I'm confused.
Payback.
Not heat.
It was payback.
Payback. Yeah, payback. Get that shit out of here. I was gonna say I went back to play Heat, and I'm gonna be real with you. I like it more than Unbound. I do. Cop bullshit aside, the racing AI way better in Heat. That shit is way too rubber bandy and fucking Unbound.
They probably fixed that by now, though.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and try Unbound.
Unbound is the newest one, right?
But Unbound had a bunch of problems when it first came out, because when it first came out, like the online lobbies were like crazy because you could only have like 4 people in a race or something like that. It was weird. So like they've been, EA will stick with a game for 2 and 3 years before they stop supporting it. The same way, they did with that new Battlefield, whatever it was called, 2042. Like they literally just can't let it go and be like, oh, we got a bad game. We're gonna make something different. No, we're gonna support this one game for like 4 years, and we're gonna keep on pushing these season passes and these promotions, and we want you to keep on spending money because I guarantee you this game is gonna get better. The game gets better.
EA.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that.
The worst part
EA give up on games faster than anybody else.
What?
The worst part of Unbound
42 is still coming out with stuff, and that was bad when it came out, bruh. Like,
let me tell you,
you could drive a hovercraft up the side of a building.
Hold up. The worst part about Unbound is that the multiplayer and the single player are completely separate.
Correct.
That I think kills it just automatically for me. It's like, so if I go multiplayer, I have to literally choose a whole nother car, and then no, I'm good, bro.
Correct. That is the single one of the worst parts about Unbound. The second worst thing about Unbound is the fact that your entire racing career is predicated upon how much heat you can get.
Yeah. So
that means that at the end of every day, you have almost a full 5-level heat. And I don't want to be running from the cops like that. Like, I want some racing in my racing games. Like, I understand that certain people like running from the cops, but I ain't one of them.
Why is there certain people? That's almost a Milky ghetto.
Because I said certain people so that I didn't specify any kind of race, color, creed, class, or any specific individuals who may like running from the cops, whether they be in game or in real life.
First we get Milky Way Ghetto yesterday, now we get this.
I mean,
Milky Way Ghetto is wild.
I really feel like Mr. Blicky over here likes running from the cops because that's why he doesn't like Horizon, because the police don't chase him.
Tony, go watch X97 if you haven't.
Yes, that is accurate. That is
like legitimately. I feel like he be in a car, and if he can't be like, "Oh, it's cops on me! Ooh, look at me! You can't catch me!" then he's not interested.
Well, I wouldn't say that because I did play NASCAR.
Didn't you just say you don't? Oh my God!
I don't like those games. I don't
call
like
this man
games.
Mr. Backtrack.
I don't like track games, but I like the story of NASCAR. At least, okay. Let me rephrase. I played one NASCAR game back in like 06, and I like that one. I haven't played one since, but that one was pretty fucking good. All right.
And you remember the story.
Are you sure you didn't just watch Ricky Bobby and then confuse them shit like
it was definitely NASCAR because Jeff Gordon was on the cover, I believe, and that's how I know it was old as shit. Like,
Jeff Gordon. That's Luffy.
Wait, is he still alive?
That's Luffy. Yes, it is.
What up, Luffy? But yeah, so that was probably the only track game that I actually liked, and it wasn't because of the race. Because the race is just going around circles in a fucking what's the name of like that's it. But I like the grind of it. Like it was like you had a start point and you had an end goal, right? But now you got to also think that I had experienced Midnight Club. Hold on. I had experienced Midnight Club and Need for Speed after I experienced NASCAR, and I've never went back.
So I got a question. If you never played Horizon 5.
No, I play Horizon 5. I played Horizon 5.
The story.
Yes, I played the story.
So you played the story all the way through?
No.
Okay.
Come on, man, bro. What game do I finish all the way through?
NASCAR?
I didn't finish that.
Apparently. He said, yo, the story for NASCAR.
That's exactly. Luffy said exactly what I'm thinking. Don't no man play NASCAR for the story.
NASCAR has a story? Like, how the fuck does that even work? Like,
so you just like left turns. Got it. That's what Goji said. You just like left turns.
Today, what you gonna do? You gonna take some left turns. You gonna keep turning. That's what's gonna
Just
happen.
go left. Go left.
Yeah,
go left.
just keep
When
just
you
go
when you
left.
see the road curve, go left. Go
Just
left.
go left. That's it.
Left.
That's it.
Left only.
It was. I just felt like it was that game was pretty competitive though, and that was the only reason why I had to at least try Gran Turismo. But for
Gran
me,
Turismo
it was
way better than NASCAR in almost
It
every
is. It is. It is. I'm not saying that it's not. But
Except
what I am
the last
saying
couple
is
of Gran
that it's
Turismos were a little paid, money hungry.
it's just okay. Think of it like this, and I'm trying to change the game genre to explain it a little bit better. I look at NASCAR, Gran Turismo 5, like those kind of racers. I look at in the same way that I look at games like Escape from Tarkov versus Call of Duty. Call of Duty is the arcade shooter that I like. Escape from Tarkov is a little bit too serious. It's too in tune to like all the small, minute mechanics. There's a reason why I don't play Airplane Simulator. Just too.
There's a reason. You realize that there's a such thing as a racing sim.
Bruh, in 2003, because it was an 04. This was
now he's backtracking even more. Like this is the backpedal king.
And again, like I said, this was before I had the opportunity to play Need for Speed Underground.
This man just went back to PS1
and Midnight Club Dub Edition. Like those games came after NASCAR, and ever since those games came out, I have never touched another.
He just want to turn left.
You just want to press the gas, pull the handbrake, and touch the brake. That's it.
No, I want to run from the police.
I want to mash the gas. I want to pull the handbrake and mash the brake. That's it. Okay, cool. Okay, that explains it.
Hit the gas. Customize my car to the deepest extent that I want to customize it in. You know what I'm saying? I don't like all the decals and shit that people be putting on their cars in those games that you gotta put. Whatever the fuck it's called.
That's part of the car culture. What you mean, bro?
But that's the thing. I don't want that shit. That's just too much for me. I just want to get in the game, get the car that I want, make it what color I want, not put no other bullshit on that motherfucker. And
who let this man
race.
in here?
I just want to race. I don't want it to be all formulated and stuff. Like if I miss a turn, I want to have another route. I don't want to have to stop.
That's not a race. You want a game called Run from the Police.
So Grand Theft Auto then?
That's Grand Theft Auto. That's just Grand Theft Auto. I'm just saying, no, bro. Y'all gotta understand. So think of it like this. And when Need for Speed and Midnight Club came out on console, of course, I think Need for Speed was out before that on like PC or something. But when those games came out, they were 100. They are truly innovative to the racing scene at that time. Right, I fell into that innovation. So I started my very first racing game was that NASCAR game. Ever since then, I was introduced to Midnight Club and Need for Speed, and I have never looked back. The first time that I actually tried to go back was Horizon 5. That was the very next game since NASCAR where they was like that.
Hey, yo, Blicky,
what's up?
Let me ask you a question.
Oh shit!
What's the greatest racing game ever made?
The greatest racing game by statistic or by my personal favorite?
Your personal. What is the greatest racing game ever made?
Need for Speed Underground 2.
Okay. Why? There are no cops.
You're right. There are no cops. there wasn't no cops in Need for Speed Underground 2, but it did have somewhat of an open world. And then on top of that, like the cars was completely different. It was street racing. You see what I'm saying? Yes. It wasn't like that's the prime example. I like street racing games. I don't like games where you.
So do you like circuits?
No.
Do you like drag? What do you like?
And that's what. Yeah, I like arcade games. The closest thing that I got to deviate to it since I was a kid was Horizon 5, and I actually like that game. That's what I'm saying. The game's all right, but as far as my personal favorite, I would much prefer to play something like Need for Speed. You know what I'm saying? Well, technically, that's all that's left because everything else is kind of trash.
There's street racing in Horizon 5. There's literally an entire street racing.
That's literally what I just said. It's literally what I just said. Yeah, I did. I ain't get much farther, but I did get there. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that
okay, brother.
So at the end of the day, did you just openly admit that you don't like Horizon 5 because you didn't really play it?
No, that's not what I said. Like I got
How
like
long did you
100
play it?
hours.
Hour?
I got like 100. Like no, I got like 100 hours on Horizon.
You beat it?
You got 100.
It was all online. All online though. Most of it was online.
Okay. Nothing changes. Did you beat it?
No, I just played online.
I see.
Mostly with my friends and stuff.
Look at Loon over there dancing with the mic stand. I mean,
lie,
as
Loon,
long as we agree that
Loon, when you sitting down, you look like you might be like 5'11", 6'1", but when you stand up, you just drop like 7 or 8 inches.
wow.
That
can't.
Why you calling Loon short though?
I'm about to say Lou is not 6'1".
No,
I could tell.
No. He said he was the same height sitting down and standing up. That there's no way that he was calling.
Wait, Tom, what was your first racing game?
My first racing game?
Yeah.
Shit.
Something on like the Atari.
Wow.
It was his first racing game was pole position. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's not 5'11" either. I'm gonna be. I'm sorry, Lou. Hold on. Let me look. The light.
Not the Macintosh.
First
I
of
had
all,
one of those. FY.
First of all, you're fucking disrespectful today. I don't like that. Second of all, we passed the 10 minutes, and I can say F words all I want. So
I'm 5'11".
you disrespectful. And my first racing game, if you wanted to consider it a racing game, was Excite Bike. Okay.
Oh yeah, I did play that.
That actually was a banger. I ain't gonna lie. That was a banger.
Ass at that game.
You talking about the game where he with like you a dirt bike and you pretty much just go up and, yeah, that shit was a banger. That was a banger. I heard about you in platformers.
Never finished.
Yo, the man is not made to be finished.
I'm sorry.
Yo, if there was ever a case of somebody sitting with the "I just ate" ass face, that was it.
For real. So Loon, what was your first racing game, bro? What was your first racing game?
Need for Speed. Oh, that shit buzzing like supposed to. Need for Speed. I think Hot Pursuit.
Oh,
damn it, the OG.
Damn.
Like the old
like the old one or the new one?
Yeah, no, old one, PlayStation.
Oh, it did come out on PlayStation, huh?
It did.
Interesting.
I used to get, it was rough, but I did it.
So I'm curious, what was your first introduction to like a car game? Like it doesn't have to be racing, but like where you're primarily driving.
Outrun
on
for the arcade
in the laundromat as a kid.
I keep
and what was that other
Cruising
one?
World, Cruising USA.
I be forgetting, man. Like I
grew
up.
That was another one.
What you got to say? What you got to say?
We old.
No,
yeah, that's crazy. That's probably
the fact of the matter is this kid grew up rich with a silver spoon in his mouth, had a washer and dryer in his house forever.
You didn't have a washer and dryer in your house?
Why do you think I was in a laundromat playing Outrun and Cruising World?
All right, I ain't have a laundry. I did have a washer and dryer.
A washer and dryer.
My first car game was Crazy Taxi and Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal.
Oh yeah, that's a game that needs to come back. Honestly,
Hydro Thunder.
Hydro Thunder is crazy.
Bro, Luffy is over here crushing it in the comments with all of the
USA.
All of this brings back so many memories.
I'm gonna hold you. 64 has some banger ass racing games on
Lady
it.
Racer.
Yo, it really did though.
Yeah.
Extreme G, fucking F-Zero GX.
F-Zero.
Oh, that was a banger.
Yep.
I love that game. F-Zero.
Like F-Zero doesn't exist for some reason. I'm not salty.
That was different. it's the level of realism in the track racing games that I don't like. There was nothing realistic about fucking F-Zero. There was nothing
like
in any way, shape, or form.
You like
You like
arcade games.
Yeah, I like arcade
That's
racing.
If you can't nitro boost and have fire coming out of your tailpipes, you ain't with it. If you can't be doing, if you like Diddy Kong Racing, all that stuff, like
that's too much. That's too far.
What?
I like Mario Kart.
Epic, bro.
I did like Mario.
How do you like Mario Kart? Don't like that? All right.
Like Diddy Kong Racing. It's the same thing.
Exactly. That's my point. It's a reskin.
No, that makes even less sense.
No, it's like going to the store and having to choose between fucking Captain Crunch and Crunch Bunch. Like, like there's like.
First off, don't diss the knockoff cereals. Those come through in the clutch when you broke.
Remember, rich kid, silver spoon.
I don't know what makes y'all think I was a rich kid.
Multiple meals up in this bitch. Like it ain't come through in the clutch.
Like, never would he be caught with multi meal. He never had Fruit O's. He had Fruit Loops all his life.
That's crazy. I used to eat peanut butter and syrup sandwiches and fucking dip my bread in sugar. No, it was just what we had.
Nigga, do you know how much syrup used to cost?
I am from Iroquois Project.
Syrup was more than jelly.
For real?
That is true.
That's crazy.
For real? Hey, for real? Yeah.
Syrup was more than jelly.
Jelly is cheap. Or was cheap. I ain't gonna say it's cheap now, but it was cheap.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What kind of syrup was it?
Ain't your mama?
Yeah, you had money, nigga.
All right, so you got money. You got the name brand shit. You got the name brand shit, man.
Yeah.
AKA Mills Company.
Yeah.
That's what it is now.
Pearl Milling
Company,
right,
bro.
I did not have money, bro.
Okay.
We ain't have money, bro. We had food stamps.
Hey,
there's a difference.
I mean,
we have.
You had a fridge full of food, right?
Hell yeah. And food stamps came through in the clutch.
I'm just saying.
Our lights might be off. Our lights might get cut off, but we're gonna have food.
Food stamps.
My mama told me that when the refrigerator is full of food and your lights get cut off, keep the refrigerator closed. Trap in the cooler.
Yeah.
Gotta trap that code in.
Gotta trap the code in.
Hey, yo, Loon, you put me on the spot last week, right?
About what?
And about something. And I just realized that here I am today on a Wednesday talking to y'all again after having just made an acquisition.
Oh, yo, this month.
It don't come out until Friday, but you know.
So are we getting a opening reveal right now? Like, is that what's happening?
Wait. So how'd you get it before it comes out?
Huh?
So how'd you get it before it comes out?
He's still
Walmart does not actually adhere to street dates. And so somebody went to Walmart, and because this particular box comes with alternate arts and the cards are selling for like $200, like the alternate arts that come in it's a pack of 3 and the cards are selling for like a lot of money. So what ends up happening is he got 2 of them. He opened the box, took out the cards with the alternate arts because he's a collector, and he says, well, I don't have the time to play. So he was like, I got a 3-year-old. So I'm gonna just sell it to somebody who wants it. Like, I'm gonna sell the whole rest of the kit. So he left everything else in here, the little deck box, the card, like the deck, everything. He left everything else in here and sold it to me for like $20.
Yo, dead ass. I feel like someone's about to lose their job at Walmart for real.
Walmart don't care about that.
Walmart don't.
What they do?
No.
Walmart.
Listen,
because Walmart is the most stolen from place on the planet. Like,
no. That's not it. It's the fact that it's an outside vendor that comes in and stocks their trading cards and stuff, and they only do it like once a week. So Wednesdays, this Walmart stocks their trading cards.
Oh, you remember when we went to Walmart and the lady was talking about how all them motherfuckers be stealing them cards?
That is exactly right. Yo, we went there. We walked to the back of the store, right? And we was like, hey, do you guys got trading cards? She was like, we used to, but if we have any, they right over here. She was like, but people used to come in and help themselves for free, so we just stopped carrying them.
I'm people.
We can't have shit, yo.
First of all, we're not on here admitting to doing any kind of illegal activity.
Allegedly,
right? Like
I'm the
people
thing
at all.
You the one out here ruining it for the rest of us. Like,
oh, that was years ago. It been ruined for y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. It been. Hey, I was
scumball today.
Yeah, I was a scum. Stealing like
I hope you're better now because I thought that we were friends, but
I mean, I don't steal cards now,
Pilfering cards.
Okay.
So
anyway,
I moved on to bigger and better things.
Yo.
You want an NFT?
I have nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Like stimuluses and stuff.
No.
Hey, yo,
no.
I'm just playing. Somebody
I
didn't even get a stimulus, man. I was so upset.
Anyway, so we all know that, like I introduced in the beginning, there is a correlation. Exactly. There is a correlation between video games and a lot of the entertainment industry now. And as of recently, we've gotten shows like The Witcher. We've gotten, little Assassin's Creed teasers and Final Fantasy type little CGI movies and things of that nature. Recently, there was a Fallout series that was actually released on Amazon. If you have not had an opportunity to watch it, then I suggest maybe watching it. I can't really give a recommendation because I ain't watched it yet. But anyway, Amazon actually released the Fallout show. Fallout is a video game series that has been running from Bethesda for quite a few years. And it's about, a group of people who go into a vault waiting for nuclear fallout. And what ends up happening is some kind of giant atomic bomb or nuclear weapon is dropped onto the land, and it changes the landscape of the planet. These people stay in this vault for years, let's say 20 years.
No, it's more than that. It's like,
is it more than years? Yeah. All right. Well, whatever the case, they stay in this vault. Oh yeah, you're right, because it would be like the 1950s when they go in the vault, and when they come out of the vault, it's like 2130 or something crazy. Yep. Like that. It's something that's like super far fast forward.
For some reason, the music's never changed, and they've never made new music.
Right.
Like, did niggas forget instruments?
Anyway,
like, you never wondered that before? Like, why is all the music still from the 50s? But like, you mean to tell me in the hundreds of years, no one made new music at all? Like, no one made new genres of music?
Let's be clear. If your civilization was wiped out, you'd be listening to the oldies too, wouldn't you?
I would have thought someone went into the vault with like a violin or a keyboard.
The real question is that if this planet, hold on. If the real question is that if this planet is experiencing nuclear fallout for the next 200 years, who in the fuck is out there with a damn guitar? Who is that?
Well. In those cities,
mutants like music too.
People doing little stuff.
Yeah, don't be racist.
But most of the stuff is on holotapes, so it's easier to, put it in and let it play on the radio station.
See, Goji said 200 years, 2077 when the bomb drops, and most of the games start in the 2200s.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, anyway, now that we know that Fallout has been released on Amazon, we also need to actually look at the correlation with the fact that since the Fallout show has been released, there has also been a resurgence in players for not just Fallout 76, but also Fallout 4. Mm-hmm. I actually got Fallout 76 when it first came out, and I told my boy, I said, I'll only buy it if you let me sit in your backpack. Basically, I'm gonna follow you everywhere you go. You carry me through the game, and then I'll play it. But then when Fallout 76 came out, it turned out to be trash. Oh, I also want to give a happy birthday
trash.
shout out while I'm thinking about it. To not a Barbie, aka Nalaja. And she you know, today is her birthday. I don't remember her age, but she's turning big old. So, welcome to the big old club.
Segue.
Anyway,
yo, that's crazy. First of all, don't be shading her like that, yo. That's crazy.
Nope.
How you doing, Elijah? Happy birthday. You enjoy your day.
She earned it. She earned all of it. She earned the whole tree.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Welcome to the big.
Shout out to Elijah.
How old they are. Oh wait, that's right. You not big old yet. My bad.
I ain't even hit 30 yet. Y'all ain't here. I feel like an archaeologist.
No wonder this man.
Archaeologist.
I
feel like an archaeologist in a room full of. Never mind.
Hey, watch
the big man word.
You're gonna be our age one day. It's gonna happen.
He's gonna laugh at you. So anyway,
Fallout. I'm older than you.
Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
Fallout 4, Fallout 76. People saw the show. They was like, "Oh, I remember this game. Rose-colored glasses. Let's go back." So now they're actually at a record high for Fallout 76 and record high for Fallout. Now the show has been said to be considered canon or not canon, depending on what you want it to be. Because some people were upset at some of the retcons that were done. So anyway, Loon, I'm gonna let you take this one away for now because you've watched it, right?
I sure.
Go ahead, bro.
So let me go to my.
So, yo, this is IGN.
He said, "I can't listen to the opinion of someone under 30."
Hey, man, you never know, man.
Nah,
might change your life.
Pretty trash today.
What you talking about?
Might change your life.
So
that's why him and Toby have so many bad takes.
Well, let me tell you.
Yeah,
it got to be a some.
Y'all a little bit.
It got to be some.
Y'all a little bit more seasoned than me,
Seasoned chicken ass nigga.
I seasoned my chicken. My shit just ain't got like rust and cobwebs and stuff on it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So,
all right, I quit.
Fallout,
I'm sorry.
The TV show is supposed to be canon, right? IGN did an article about it. Not Tom Howard. The dude who is in charge of Bethesda.
You need Goji Senpai to help you?
Yeah, Goji. What's his name?
Goji said it's canon with the exception of one thing. I enjoy everything about the show as a Fallout fan. So,
What's the one thing? Because
you know what, I'm gonna put it on the bucket list.
Fallout New Vegas is canon in this story.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the part I couldn't find. But that article I put in the chat is like them confirming that Fallout and the rest of the Fallouts are in a sync universe. It's canon. Speaking one thing. Yeah, what's the one thing though? But to my knowledge, and the stuff that IGN wrote when I read and found the timeline, like all that stuff's supposed to be like fully canon, with like some liberties taken. But yeah, they did say something about that. They said something about something supposed to happen to send Shady Sands. I can't remember. They want to something gonna happen to it. It's in the article. You guys can read it. But yeah, it's supposed to be canon, fully canon.
Wait,
I can't really speak on this conversation because I never played Fallout except for Fallout 76.
Oh yeah, Fallout 6. Yeah. Before all the dumb shit happened. But yeah.
Did anybody hear what I just said?
No, what'd you say?
I've never played Fallout.
He said something stupid. 76. That's what he said. Why would you even actually ask him?
All right.
You have Game Pass.
Finish talking.
I know why I don't,
You have Game Pass.
I know.
You play it on Game Pass.
Because my my first experience was 76, and this shit was trash. Like I didn't. So when
I'm telling you, it's trash. Fallout 4.
No,
go to 4.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna try 4. I'm gonna try 4. I'm gonna try New Vegas. I'm gonna try all of those. Those are on the bucket list.
3,
it's just that I never played Fallout. I never played Fallout until 76.
Hold on now.
So that was my first experience in Fallout, and I did not like it. I'm not. He's not telling the bro. I am the demo man. I can tell you about a million games, but I cannot tell you the ending of maybe. I might be able to tell you the ending of maybe like 7 out of like a million games I played. I got a list full of games in my stream, and I've only beat like 3 of them.
Cause you be on Red Dead, bro.
I haven't beat. Well, it's not even that. Cause I ain't even been. I haven't beat Elden Ring yet. I haven't beat Cyberpunk yet. I haven't beat The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. I mean, not Breath of the Wild. I beat that one. But Tears of Kingdom, yeah, I did. Them Legend of Zelda's games is the only games that I beat on a consistent level, except for the newest one. Because I don't got a Switch, so I got it on my little inlet. But anyways, that's beside the point. I just haven't really had the opportunity to truly experience Fallout yet, and I know that everybody says that it is a very, very good game series. And it is. And with that being said, I'm gonna give the show a try, and I'm gonna try Fallout 4 because I just had a bad experience with 76. So that's why
everybody had a bad experience with 76. 76. It was fun.
I got it on launch
it's
too.
It's fun now.
Like
it was Google on launch.
Think about it. It's just stupid fun with friends.
Don't play. He said, "Don't think about it."
Yeah, don't think about it. But a quote from the article. It says, "How does the Fallout show fit into the overall timeline?" Officially, the Fallout show is set in the year 2296, which takes place later than any other Fallout games currently released. For example, Fallout 4 takes place in the year 2287, while Fallout New Vegas is set in the year 2281, a full 15 years prior to the events of the show. So
that's actually smart, in my opinion, to do it further down the line rather than like.
But
that would make sense because then if you try to do it before, then you gotta you kind of squeeze. You gotta squeeze in like like trying to explain how everything ended up being how it was versus coming in a little after.
That's why prequels sometimes end up fucking things up worse than they did before. You'd be like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what? Like, let's be real. Birth by Sleep, fun game. But we're not going to act like that didn't fuck up the canon.
Right, so
wait.
Because now
Kingdom Hearts
here we go.
Like,
this is about to turn into a whole different storyline, and we.
I'm sorry, open that can of worms.
We can't go on games without him talking about Kingdom Hearts because I can guarantee you, after he speaks on Birth by Sleep, what's going to happen is it's going to go to 358.2. Then it's going to somehow end with the conversation going to Kingdom Hearts 3 and how much of a letdown that was after the whole story got mucked up from Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, but I quit.
Okay, so
my partner Coop, he would sit there and explain it to me,
bro.
Just like fall.
Me and Coop have
so simple.
We have TikTok battles with who can find the best explanation of the Kingdom Hearts storyline.
I don't even know, bro.
You know it ain't me.
I literally did not know how to explain that shit to somebody because they've changed so much shit that the shit that I used to know is no longer relevant or canon anymore.
That's pretty bad, Blicky. Luffy said that he got 18 games still in the plastic and he at least beat Elden Ring once.
Blicky give me heartburn.
I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't that I didn't like it. I just got stuck on the fire giant, and when I got stuck, I was trying it for like a week. And because it's not like okay. So the fire giant was one of those enemies that's big as hell.
So you got the same kind of issue with fighting large enemies that Hustle has with platforming games.
No.
Platform game that
no. So with the fire giant, it was just one of those. It was just one of those things where like I kept getting like close, like super close to beating it, and I would just make that one mistake that would mess me up. Like this is when it first came out too. Like before they nerfed Radon and all of that stuff. When the game was actually still really hard.
Beat him.
You know what I'm saying? I kept getting really close, and then there was a game that came out. I think it was Cyberpunk, maybe. Something came out, and I don't remember if it was, but something came out, and I just stopped playing Elden Ring. I don't remember what it was.
So you got,
but something came out.
You got through the second boss.
I got through. I literally made it.
He got all the way to the fire giant.
All the way to the fire giant. I got all the way to the fire giant. I'm still on the fire giant at this very moment. Like I can boot up my Elden Ring on my computer. Also, I made it to him twice. By the way, I made it to him on my Xbox.
Yeah, what weapon were you using?
I'm using the that two-ended spear with the light magic or whatever that you get from the specters.
Yeah, why don't you switch weapon?
I would say, yeah.
But it probably would have been a good idea to switch weapons.
So what you're saying is,
I just haven't went back to it.
Losing with the same weapon over.
Well, no. I tried different weapons, and I had went out to beat him. I actively went out to find like a build, and that was the build that I had went with. It still didn't work. But there was a game that came out that made me stop playing it. I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it might have been because I started RPing. That might have been what it was. I don't know.
Before they did it.
But I did have that. I beat Mogul, whatever his name is, in the Tower of Blood or whatever. I beat him.
The part where we're supposed to be talking about Fallout, right?
Oh, well, yeah.
Not Blicky shortcomings.
Yeah,
but I didn't beat Fallout. I didn't play any of them except for 76, and it was terrible.
So let them talk. Let them talk about
I did reinstall Fallout 4. It's fun.
Part of the statistic.
Right and,
did you get your nuke suit again?
No, I ain't got that far into it. I got to like I'm still way in the beginning because of work and school, but like just putting together the settlement again, like
only to blow it up later.
Yeah, I'm gonna set it up.
Oh, you probably gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it.
Like that.
Yo, they I think I saw something on IGN where they said that if you played the Fallout games, whether you like if you were a male, you were probably a war criminal.
Damn.
Because the male version, the female protagonist was like a lawyer, but the male protagonist was supposed to be like someone who had served in the military or military, and yeah, you would technically be a war criminal.
But in that world,
that's my Fallout 3 playthrough.
Would it be a war criminal?
Like, I definitely wasn't Fallout 3. I ain't gonna hold you. I killed everybody. I'm sorry. I gave like zero fucks. Once I got the fat man and the fat man.
Talk about me. Like
that was game over. Everybody was fair game.
At least he's talking about Fallout.
I'm talking about. I got Fallout downloaded. I got Fallout downloaded right now. So next week, four.
You give
Fallout
me
4.
Look,
I've never played it. So next week we're gonna reconvene on this because.
Let me say this: if you get these giant fires off mini nukes, I'm gonna use it. I'm just saying, like, am I not supposed to use it?
Yeah.
You said if I want over 500 hours in the Fallout 4, I'm definitely a war criminal.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try this game out. I heard a lot of good stuff about Fallout 4.
I can't tell you, but when you find somebody in a secret society, you there. You are a full-blown war criminal by then.
Speaking of war crimes, I actually saw a TikTok clip where somebody was playing not Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, and walked up on the Ku Klux Klan meeting in the game. White guy. And so he looks, he goes, Oh, that's what this is. And so he took out his dynamite and he proceeded to throw the dynamite into the middle of the Ku Klux Klan meeting, and then whipped out his rifle and gunned down the rest of the Klan in Red Dead Redemption in game, and had hella fun.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta get it out.
That's an ally. That's an ally right there.
Absolutely.
True ally.
So anyway, I know that we talked about Fallout. We also want to not give away any spoilers for anybody who actually wanted to watch Fallout. It does show on Amazon Prime, so it's like basically Amazon Prime Video. So if you have not already begun to watch it, if you're into, like futuristic dystopian type of societies, then Fallout is probably going to be a show that you'll enjoy. Being here with us talking as gamers, you may particularly like to go back and, play the Fallout games if you have access. But we just kind of wanted to give a highlight to Fallout for a couple of minutes and just kind of touch base on the show, since the show is new, is popular, and we'll probably talk about it again after some major moment happens where everybody's talking about it. I can almost guarantee you that at that time I'm not gonna have watched it, so we'll still be in the same boat here. But
they dropped all the shows all at one time, which people are talking about. They should have done it weekly, but me watching it, I think it would have been a bigger thing if they did drop it weekly. But other people are saying that's the reason I got a streaming service, so drop all my episodes and let me binge watch it. So to the chat, 2 questions. If you watched it, how do you rate it from 1 to 10? 10 being the greatest show on Amazon, or 1 the trashiest of the trash, and 2
the greatest show on Amazon is if anybody ever rates the greatest show on Amazon, I'm just gonna say that I could assure you that Hustle is going to argue with you from the rooter to the tutor. Okay,
what you think
because
is the best show on Amazon, Hustle?
It's either The Boys or Invincible.
See,
now we talking about season 1 or we talking about season 2?
Season 1 and 2 of The Boys are Invincible.
Yeah.
Season 1 was great. And season 2.
I don't know about season 2.
Season 2 has me wanting more, though. It's like season 1 feels more complete. Season 2 feels like they could have extended it at least 4 more episodes. Considering where we stop at, is like I'm gonna have to wait a whole another year though. But I think I would put The Boys
up there.
Yeah.
I put Boys as 10, and season 2 of Invincible probably.
Don't read the comics for The Boys because the comics is trash. I'm someone who likes the comics, and I'm like, watch the show, don't read the comics. Straight up, just watch the show.
Yeah,
much better than the comics.
A thing by itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second question: do you like when a streaming service drops individual episodes every week, or just dumps them?
Skim the whole season. I'm used to the whole season.
I'm old.
And I get the weekly thing, but it's like because it makes for it, but I prefer
from a marketing standpoint.
From a marketing standpoint,
if you drop it weekly,
it makes sense.
It gives
more
time to talk about it.
You know what? Before Hustle gets to yell about this, Luffy, I completely understand where you're coming from, only because Hustle is the one who actually used that argument on me.
What?
Because I greatly enjoy Big Hero 6, and he thinks that the comic is way better. So, yeah.
I get it.
Feel like Invincible's comic would be better than the show because I feel
There's
like
a lot
so
more
much, like backstory or story they're not explaining.
So anyway, that's it for Fallout for now. I actually want to move into a couple of other things. Number one, I wanted to kind of let you guys know that, did you know Nintendo shut down its live services for like its online services for the Wii U and the 3DS?
Ooh.
They actually shut down its online services on April the 8th. So if you didn't already know and you were hoping to hop on a 3DS for some odd reason after the Switch has been out for like 12 years, then just, know that you should be playing.
Had an active community on DS.
I mean, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like that, but 3DS Monster Hunter is also like 2-3 generations ago. So we talking about Monster Hunter 4. So
I had to get that little add-on too for the fucking 3DS that gives you a second analog stick. I was like, I'm not.
Oh no, I just got a 3DS, whatever the newer one was.
Oh, 3DSi with the little fucking nipple fucking analog.
Oh, what these word choices, boy. We ain't gonna never get monetized.
Oh, all right, the nub, nipple, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to move into a game that's coming out, and this is actually a game that me and Hustle had a little bit of talk about in the past when it first got revealed during one of those gaming shows where they show us all of the where they show us all the trailers. Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws is a Star Wars game that's going to have a female protagonist, and it's going to be kind of like a bounty hunter style, like where you're moving around. So it's made by Ubisoft. It's going to be kind of an Assassin's Creed type of thing instead of more like a Dark Souls type of thing, where EA did with what was that, Jedi Fallen Order and all of it. Like this one is going to be more kind of Assassin's Creed with guns and laser pistols and stuff like that. I don't know if there's going to be any lightsabers. There probably will. I would hope that there's going to be space battles. The game looked like it was going to be actually kind of dope, especially because the mission that we saw in the trailer was a stealth mission. So we got a little excited, and I was like, oh, it's Ubisoft? It's going to be like mid-tier at best.
Really, it could suck.
It could suck. I was like, it could be mid-tier at best. Because Ubisoft has a habit of doing things that are a little off the cuff. We all tend to know this. We're not downplaying Ubisoft because they definitely have put out some bangers of games like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 2, The Division 1, Rainbow Six Siege. 2 was all right. 2 was not as good as 1 was to me, but that's a personal opinion. Anyway, Ubisoft is coming out with Star Wars Outlaws. And so recently they actually shared that it's third person. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's Far Cry in space. It's like Assassin's Creed in the Star Wars skin. So anyway, they put out their pricing tiers. And so the first price is going to be $70. That gives you the base game, and it gives you a pre-order bonus. And they also have, I believe, a $100 version that's going to give you like the base game, the pre-order bonus, 3 days early access, and something else. And then I believe it was the season pass. And then they had like the ultimate edition that has season pass, DLC bundles, digital art book, the base game, all of that stuff. It's a single player game, mind you. It is not a multiplayer game. I do not understand why we're getting season passes in a single player game. But anyway, enough about that for now. There's even a Jabba the Hutt mission that has actually unfortunately been revealed to be locked behind DLC content. So
after they showed Jabba in the fucking trailer.
Right. So they essentially showed us a trailer that has DLC content, which is causing a little bit of an uproar. Now, we discussed monetization before, and with these pricing tiers and things of that nature, you take a $70 game and all of a sudden you got a $130 game. you think this is too egregious?
It's definitely too egregious. The fact that you showed a pivotal character in the trailer and then only find out, oh, by the way, he's locked behind a paywall. I can't even defend this game no more. I was excited for it. I was looking forward to it.
I told you that they were going to mess it up somehow.
I was like, in the back of my mind, I did think, I was like, they're going to fuck it up somehow. And I thought, I was like,
I called it from the start. And, you know, I'm not even going to get on Hustle's case because he defended it like he should have. Because the game looks good. I'm going to get it, were his words. And I was like, you know what? I get it. This game looks kind of good. Like, as long as it performs well. Like, I just felt like they were either going to drop something. They were either going to drop it. Like, they were going to drop something crazy, like some crazy news. And it was going to be like the Avengers all over again. Or they were going to, like, you know, and which obviously they did because now it's paywalled. Or the performance was going to be really bad. And it was going to be like, you know, Gotham Knights or something crazy or whatever the case. Like, I just felt that they were going to do something that was going to mess up the anticipation for this launch. And here we are. We're coming closer and closer to this release date, and they messed up the anticipation for launch.
I agree.
Once I saw the pricing tiers and I saw that their Ultimate Edition is $130, I was like, I don't even want it no more. $130. That's crazy for me not to get anything. For me not to have anything in my hands. Like, man, you're not gonna offer a statue or nothing. Like, I can't get like a Jabba the Hutt figurine that I could put in my room or something for $130. Like, you know, can I get a happy ending at least?
No.
He said a happy ending
with sandpaper
for $130. Like, hey yo, look, you better come with an inflatable doll main character.
You know what? I knew something was wrong when that girl hopped on the ship and flew off into outer space without a loading, quote unquote, loading screen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, y'all trying to hide something. So there you go. My intuition.
I mean, I believe that it was completely possible because we have games that do that. Like, we got No Man's Sky that does that. We got Star Citizen that does that. Like, seamless, you know, land to air. Huh?
Name one more. Anything else? Because them just two games that do that.
I can't think of another game that does that.
Because it's not another. It's just two.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's possible.
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk can't go in. You can't go out.
No, we're talking about seamless transition from land to space.
What I'm saying is, even with a seamless transition from land to space, we're talking games without loading screens that are actually, you know, loading in a whole bunch of textures and things of that nature. Cyberpunk, you can drive through so many different aspects of the city and you never run into a loading screen.
No, that is true.
In building outside, all of that without loading.
This land to space, no loading screen thing came around the same time Bethesda's CEO was touting like his new game. We're gonna do the same
Starfield?
Thing. Yeah, so I know both of them niggas lying. So hey, they lied. So
I only know of 3 games.
Lying, so
like, I literally only know of 3 games. That's No Man's Sky, Star Citizen, and Starfield.
Well, no, Starfield doesn't have seamless from land to space flight.
Oh yeah, you're right. Damn.
Yeah, they got loading screens for that shit.
Yeah.
Boy, they got
Star Wars allegedly has seamless.
Another reason why that game is trash.
I don't love that game.
I am excited. I'm gonna be honest.
No,
this is my controversial pick. I do think that this Star Wars Outlaws game is gonna be good. It sucks that they put something behind a paywall, right? But you know how they always mess up at least one thing? I feel like this paywall is that one thing. And I feel like the game is actually going to be really good.
I hope
it's good. Like you don't know Ubisoft.
I know Ubisoft enough. I feel like Ubisoft.
I feel like this is going to be a game that's going to be an on sale game. Get it on sale.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be.
How much you going to spend on it? You going to pay the $130? You going to buy it? Nah. How about the $100 one?
But see, for me, I like Star Wars. I do too.
I don't care much for. Are you going to pay the $100 and get the DLC and the season pass?
I'm not. I'm going to pay the $70 and beat the $70 game and leave.
You're not going to beat the $70 game, Mr. Demo.
You're right. I might get a little bit more than halfway through and tell you that I enjoyed it and it was great. That's probably where I'm going to end at. But I still think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a good game.
No, because if you a Star Wars fan, you see Jabba the Hutt, you gonna pay $100. That's what they've been in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's devious as hell. But yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? But
they did it on purpose.
If I like it enough, then maybe.
You don't know
if you like it enough.
Would you
now,
hide behind
here's the thing: if you like it enough, now you got to buy the season pass separate.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm a Star Wars fan.
You also didn't get them DLCs that you was getting on launch. So now, instead of you spending 70 and then paying 130, now you're going to spend 70 and then you're going to buy the $50 season pass and then you're going to spend another $20, $30 on the DLCs.
Well, see, me personally,
I'm just snowballing right here.
Probably 30.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna tell you
it's
why.
Probably 30 or $25.
I'm gonna tell you why I know that I'm gonna just play the base game because I bought the Phantom Liberty DLC. I still haven't touched it. So for me, I'm not about to if a game doesn't truly attract me and I'm just trying it, there's no way that I'm about to buy that DLC. I would really have to like it.
You know, you can start Phantom Liberty after an hour of the beginning of the game, right?
Yeah, I know. And I bought it and I still haven't touched it.
How long do you think the game is going to be? 40 hours?
I don't think it's going to be that long.
30 hours tops.
Yeah, it's about 30 hours.
Yeah, it's going to be a
30.
Short game.
I can see 30.
And then they extort the fan base for the extra 30 hours.
No new game plus, no multiplayer, nothing to keep you stuck in there. You know, just
we got a season pass though. You know, a bunch of content that we cut from the game, we put it behind the season pass to make these motherfuckers pay up. Because you didn't want to buy Skull and Bones, so now we got to make up that money that we lost on it.
Assassin's Creed a little different. They give you 100+ hours in a full, complete, long ass story.
Here's the problem: Assassin's Creed will give you 300 hours a game, and 260 of it, 275 of it is side quest. Travel.
Those DLC for Assassin's Creed, they are standalone stories. Those stories are not needed for the main campaign.
Not no more.
If I sound weird, my nose stop there. But yeah,
which you mean? Yeah, not no more.
You got Coke alone.
They used to. Speaking of which, did anybody beat Valhalla?
No.
Yeah, I got bored of that shit so fast.
Who has that much time to do that game?
Bro, I got to at least close to 100 hours and I still wasn't done. I was like,
it definitely got something to do about time, bro.
I'm done.
It's behind the progression of that game is blocked behind so many different other things that you ain't gonna progress unless you spend a lot of time in that game.
Yeah, and I got bored of it. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this, bro.
You traveling. I don't know, bro. It's a game. Assassin's Creed has literally broken my heart. You're you got a formula. Stick to the formula. We stab people and hide. That's it.
The last great Assassin's Creed game was Black Flag.
Bro, we weren't asking for RPGs, and I damn sure wasn't asking for Valhalla to basically be Assassin's Creed: The Dark Souls edition.
Or if you wanted to go,
the combat is literally Dark Souls. Am I wrong?
Nope.
But they don't even go full throttle with the Dark Souls shit.
They don't.
It'd be different if they did.
What about Assassin's Creed: The God of War edition?
What?
That actually sounds pretty accurate. That actually sounds pretty accurate. Like with the
everybody was caught
and the
off guard,
undertones, like
the
the people that they talk about, the weapons they use, like it is definitely very.
That is definitely 1000% Ragnarok's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right.
Ragnarok is crazy.
But that you can actually progress through the fucking story just by playing it.
Yeah,
fucking Valhalla, they lock that shit.
And Mirage,
like, oh, you can't get far until you do this stuff, and it's just like, bro, I don't care about that shit. I just want to get to the main story.
I hate when games start locking main story behind side quests.
Like, oh my god, this shit is so trash.
Quests, or you got to do this or that before you can continue and progress in the main story. Like that was one of the reasons why I can't find myself going back to Genshin Impact. That's one of the reasons why I stopped playing Honkai Star Rail. I was enjoying myself going through the story, just experiencing the game, but then MiHoYo, they have a tendency to, lock you to the point where it'd be like you get through the story and you get to like level 27 and all of a sudden the story runs out and be like, oh, you need to get to level 29 before you can continue this. And
goddamn Hoi Minoi.
And then when you start doing side quests, you realize that it's going to take you like 20 hours of side quests in order to get to level 29. That's wild.
That was crazy.
Not fan. Like,
so when did we start throwing assassins through? I don't know.
Somewhere around Assassin's Creed.
After they killed off Desmond.
Yep.
Don't get me started.
That's really it, bro. I was like, yo,
Desmond was Moon's boy, bro.
Yeah,
bro. I was invested. Like we was going to get Juno. We was gonna come back for another Assassin's Creed. They killed Juno in a comic book. Not even a comic book, a web.
Oh, that's right. Whatever. They did Loki just drop her off in a fucking web comic.
What happened?
You don't even get the satisfaction to see her die.
What happened to the end of the world thing that was supposed to happen?
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that shit went out the window at the end of game 1.
That is not a thing no more.
Oh, just like the Animus went out at the end of game 4?
Oh, no, yeah, that's right.
Got mobile.
No. Yeah, that's all it was.
It got mobile.
Yeah, but they stopped even transitioning you back and forth between the two.
Oh yeah, they just stopped. They just
keep you in there most of the time. Then by the end, it's like then they pull you back out, and it's like, oh shit, we're in the real world. Oh,
I definitely played
exposition
to the
like if you're gonna bring me to the real world,
not even connected.
Make me an assassin. Make me be able to do some parkour.
They won't give us a modern Assassin's game.
Jig somebody up with my little wrist blade. You know what I'm saying? Like
I thought that's where we were going. When Desmond, I think it was 2. I think a Brotherhood or whatever.
Ezio Brotherhood.
Yeah. Something. When Desmond got his hidden blade, and he was
out there,
right. We had a little segment where we can go around and stab people and we trying to get out of the White House, whatever. I was like, okay, we finally finna make it. Killed it.
Gotcha, bitch.
Bait and switch, baby. Bait and switch. That's Ubisoft's hold on.
The next game, we are at Sturgo. Still don't understand that transition.
They're lucky that 4 was so good. They're lucky. They're lucky 4 was good.
They will not make Black Flag 2. Everything that they've been doing is in anticipation for Black Flag 2.
Well,
us desiring Black Flag 2
got us Sea of Thieves.
Why we got
it's
why we got Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones, bro.
Sea of Thieves. Both of
Sea of Thieves is better than Skull and Bones.
It don't even matter.
You can actually get off your ship and fight.
They both trash.
Sea of Thieves, you actually be a pirate. You get off your boat. You can even swim in the ocean. Now
you can fight on land.
The stepchild.
The ugly redhead stepchild.
You can't do nothing.
You harvest materials from your
In a
boat.
Hey, that
I'm
had
not
me
even
hurt,
joking.
bro.
You get to see
That
a
had
little,
me hurt,
a little,
bro.
a little mini game bar, and it goes up and down. You have to line it up, and then boom, you chop off some wheat. It's like from a boat.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't see them coming out with a Black Flag 2, even though that might be the one thing that would probably save the franchise from completely crashing and burning.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that.
Black Flag was
the
best
franchise. I just knew where it came from, so therefore I cannot follow it to where it's going. Because I remember when it had a story and it was an actual action RPG with a storyline and a mechanic. Now they try to force.
What is an RPG?
We ain't starting this shit. Now they stuffed a RPG into an action RPG and tried to stick another RPG element on top of that.
In a stealth game with that.
In a stealth game.
That's a lot.
It's like if you turn. It's like if you turn Metal Gear Solid into an action RPG.
At the end of it, you got a whole spider web of people you got to kill, right?
Yep.
That's another RPG element because you have to be of level to kill them.
You get to this guy
until you.
RPG elements is it an RPG?
Yeah, it's an RPG inside of an action.
So what's the difference between and a regular RPG?
I ain't starting it.
I tap out of that argument. I tap out of that argument.
I actually would have got off the show about this particular thing for two. I'm not even going to revisit it because there's no answer.
What?
RPG is just a video game. Like at this point, it's just a video game. Sports can be an RPG. Racing can be an RPG. Action games can be an RPG. Turn-based games can be an RPG. Simulation games can be an RPG. It's just a game. Just leave it at that.
Y'all know what we talking about. Y'all act like y'all want to be playing games. Let's start this. Gaming podcast where we understand gaming.
That argument was buried. It was buried. Why do you bring it the fuck back?
Now, if we really want to get into
we had that argument like long dead.
That was like episode 3.
It really was. God damn it, Toad.
They even got RPG platformers. It's crazy.
I can't.
I'm not starting this shit. We got 30 minutes. Y'all figure what y'all want to do? Whatever. I'm just here.
You want to?
We got 30 minutes.
I ain't going down this rabbit hole.
All I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is with Star Wars Outlaws, it seems like it's the typical. It seems going to become the typical bait and switch tactic from Ubisoft, which is what they've been doing this entire time. Where they bait you in at that first reveal. And it's like, oh shit!
Oh my god!
This is going to be dope. This is going to be great. And then as time goes on, you get more news about it.
Star Wars.
And at first it sounds great, but then it starts getting worse towards release. Then it releases, and everybody's like, yo, this shit was fucking mid. What was that? Every single time, without fail, they continuously do this.
The game's gonna be 20 hours.
No. It'll be more than that.
Oh god.
No, Ubisoft likes to make long ass games and then they extend that shit out.
They don't always make long games.
They make long games when they have their own IP. This is Disney.
Oh, true.
I guarantee this shit gonna be short, and the shit gonna be a really good story, but it's gonna be short. And I don't know about lightsabers. I don't think nobody gonna pick up a lightsaber.
Which I'm fine with, because honestly, like, I want more games where I'm not a Jedi.
We all know that lightsaber is gonna be stuck behind that Game Pass. I mean that season pass.
Crazy.
If I want to experience lightsaber shit, I'm just gonna get Jedi Survivor. I'm gonna be real with you. That game's at least good.
I'm gonna be the whole big selling point behind this game is the open worldness of it. Like that's it. Like this is
behind what game?
Outlaws.
Who said that Outlaws was open world?
Well, it's not open world, but it's more open world.
It is open world,
like Survivor.
It is, but it is open world though.
Is it fully open world though? I thought it was like
it'll be arena.
Yeah,
arena, but like you can travel between planets, so kind of like Jedi Survivor.
You know what I think gonna be like?
Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor ain't open world though. Can you freely just go wherever you want and just explore for as long as you want, however you want, or is there like a mission style, progression where you can only go to certain places? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you jump in your ship and just fly for ever?
For what they showed, I don't know.
Oh, did they say it?
I'm talking about what I see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't say it.
You believe what they showed?
I need them to say it verbally, like put their stamp on it.
I don't even know.
I mean, it's not like they've ever lied to us.
Every single game that they've had, past Far Cry 3, and past
Ubisoft is our only
3.
company that lies like Hello.
What? Ubisoft lies? Wow. I would have never thought they're French, bro.
City Project.
French don't lie.
Except to the Haitians.
BioWare lie.
EA lie all the time. 2K lie. The only people who don't be lying is Rockstar and Insomniac.
Yeah, Lord Jesus.
Yeah. Insomniac can't lie. They've had all of their stuff exposed already.
You know what's crazy? EA has had more bangers recently than Ubisoft has.
Is it really EA? Or is
why not?
EA is
Respawn has.
There you go.
Respawn has had more bangers than Ubisoft.
Respawn is the ones who put together the Star Wars games, right?
Yep, and Titanfall before that.
Titanfall. So yeah, I can agree with
Apex.
I'm about to say.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. Apex.
Oh shit!
Y'all out of pocket. Y'all real out of pocket.
He is.
My face right, I'm like
Apex.
He is.
You pointed at me. I didn't do that.
Oh, I'm pointing at. Well, he's below on my screen. Where's Tone at? Is Tone?
Tone is the other way.
Right there.
Yeah, this motherfucker.
On the YouTube, if we're looking on the stream, he's over here.
See chat
right there.
I just want this right here. I tell everybody, you should open up YouTube and have it open up somewhere. They don't got it.
I got mine. Right. That's what I said. Right there.
Tone
ass is right there.
Is wild.
This guy.
What I do this time?
You talking about Apex, bro?
All I said was, did y'all forget Apex?
I thought you meant you were talking shit on Apex.
No, y'all were listing Respawn's games and never mentioned Apex. I'm like,
oh, okay, yeah. Well, no. Lou mentioned Apex.
Gamers.
Yeah, Lou mentioned Apex, so that's covered.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So since we want to talk about Ubisoft and how mid stuff can come out from Ubisoft or whatever. There is one more thing, and this is going to be our last topic for tonight. After we talk about this one, this probably is going to carry us on to 10:30. So, folks, strap your boots on all the way, because now we're about to try to discuss whether or not these game developers, primarily Ubisoft, but we're trying to discover if the game developers are stealing from us. So I'm going to get into some of the backstory as to why we actually titled this the way that we titled this. First and foremost, the game was called The Crew. The Crew was released, I believe, in like 2010 or 2014 or something like that. But The Crew was a racing game. And with it being a racing game, obviously, it's one of those games where you play online, you play with others. It was sold as a game. It was sold as a racing game where, you get that experience. You can drive across the entire United States. I believe in December, Ubisoft said that they were going to be shutting down servers for The Crew. They can't obviously keep these servers going because obviously those servers require money to maintain, and they require bandwidth, etc. So since they said that they were going to be shutting down the servers actually ended up fully shut down in March of 2024. Cool. Now, when your server shut down, even if you have a game that you used to love to play, when the server shut down, you kind of open it every once in a while and see if you can get on it. It was something that I did with some of the older games that I have that are no longer active, like for instance Dragon Sky, etc., 12 Sky, things like that, like old MMO RPGs and stuff of that nature. So when you go and you open up your old games and try to figure out, well, maybe I can play this on a private server, like DC Universe Online or City of Heroes. Like maybe there'll be a resurgence where, because obviously vintage games, like I bought a game, so maybe I'll get an opportunity to play it later. Well, it turns out that recently Ubisoft has been delisting the game from people's libraries in Ubisoft, whatever their Ubisoft library, Uplay, that's what it is. So they've been delisting the game. You can no longer open it. You can't access it. Ubisoft has started revoking the licenses. So any hopes of players being able to access this game from their digital library, they're gone. The licenses are revoked. You cannot open the game. It disappears. So, and actually, even in Ubisoft Connect, which is their newer service, the original crew, has actually been listed as an inactive game, and players are being told that they no longer have access. Now, I'm going to get into the meat and potatoes of the story here, because this is how some of the people have felt about this game. Or not necessarily about this game, but about this situation. We've talked about digital licensing and, like for movies, we've talked about it for games. We've talked about it for, pretty much us buying everything digital, music, when we don't have ownership of anything. And even recently we had a conversation about game devs saying that we should get comfortable not owning our games. And then they pull this stunt. And as a matter of fact, it's the same developer. It's Ubisoft. They pull this stunt, and so now there's a YouTuber that is actually filing a class action lawsuit against Ubisoft. In this lawsuit, he's filing the lawsuit for shutting down the game, citing that the crew, like the game itself, was actually sold under perpetual license, not a subscription. So when you bought the crew, you bought a game. You didn't buy a live service game. You didn't subscribe to the game. You bought a game. And when Ubisoft shut down the crew, they basically made the crew worthless and rendered it unusable and deprived it of all value. And then for them to delist it means that they have now stolen it back from us. So we've rented a game for $60 for however many years it was. It was basically a rental. Our contract doesn't state that we have rented this game. So he's actually still in the process of gathering his evidence and gathering all of the information that he may need in order to make sure that his lawsuit can go through. We don't know how successful it'll be, but he actually has cited that he has actually stated that he is going to file a lawsuit against Ubisoft.
Good. Well, Destiny, wait, did they shut down the Destiny 1 servers?
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
Where the game was practically unusable. Like they wouldn't let you do nothing. I remember that by itself is the sole reason why I chose to never get back into Destiny, is because I paid for that game. I was young when that game came out. I didn't have money like that. I spent my last, but I'm talking about exactly. So imagine that if I'm 29 now, how long has Destiny and I'm talking about the first Destiny?
10 years.
10 years, bro. I was 19 years old, fresh out of high school. I was working at McDonald's. I spent my last on that damn Destiny game, and I lied to you not. It was up for what, 4 or 5 months before they dropped the DLC, and then after that, you couldn't play it no more.
What?
You couldn't play.
You still could. You just couldn't do the new content.
No, you couldn't do no content. Like you can play the game, you can do the little open world stuff, but all of those missions and all of the other stuff that was in there that you had already paid for was gone. It was locked behind the new DLC. You couldn't do none of it.
I don't know. I mean, I bought Taken King, so I had to get it because they said it was better than the original. I was like, fuck it.
And yes, that happened, bro. And I was sick about it. And that's the reason I don't play it today.
What you are saying, you bought the base game, and they only gave you the base game.
No.
DLC came out.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I bought the base game, and the base game came with certain raids, certain strikes. You know, it came with quite a few of those things. But as soon as they dropped that DLC, all of those strikes, all of those raids, you no longer had access to. You could not do them in any way, shape, or form. I tried. This is the first Destiny 2. This is the first one.
I know, Beverly. I knew. So you telling me you couldn't play the Vault of Glass?
I couldn't play none of it. I couldn't do no raids. Like I had did all of that grinding up to be able to do raids. And when the DLC came out, I'm thinking like, all right, I'll get the DLC later. I'll just, play the base game until I get the DLC. No. I couldn't do nothing.
That was weird. They hated you.
They hated me as crazy. Bro, I promise you. And a lot of people ended up, because everybody loved the game, they ended up getting the DLC. They didn't bat an eye about getting the DLC. A lot of people pre-ordered the DLC. I didn't. You feel me? And I couldn't play that game at all. Like there wasn't nothing I can do other than the free roam world stuff that you get like at the very, very beginning. All of the anything that would be considered in-game content in any way, shape, or form was no longer available to you, even if you already had access to it. I literally did like 4 of the missions before the DLC came out, and when the DLC came out, I couldn't do them no more.
What about that?
I promise you, bro. Because I actually liked Destiny. That was really a game that I truly liked. But when they did that, bro, it turned me completely off of it. That's the reason why I don't play it at all. That reason right there. And I play everything. And and that's how you know it's something like that, because I won't even pick it up now. I won't even pick it up. I won't buy Destiny 2. Like I had to get it for free for me to even play it, because after they did that, I was just like, nah. Because you practically just stole my money.
Because I know it's turned into a Destiny 2 thing.
Yeah, we can't do that because I know you can go on for days about that.
I can't. But the base usually gives you access to the base strikes, Crucible. I believe at the time it would have been Vault of Glass. Like those were, that's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get access to none of that. Matter of fact, it was me and my cousin Ty, because that was the game that we chose to play together. You know what I'm saying? When it first came out, because we was big on Halo. We didn't really do COD at the time. Like there was a game way back in the day called Traps that came out that it gave us, like it was those type of games we played. And when that game came out, we played it religiously. And then that DLC came out and everything stopped. We couldn't get into nothing.
For the first time out of this entire conversation tonight, you're admitting that you were broke at some point in your life.
Oh my God. What?
That way to 19.
I'm broke now. The fuck?
Never been to that ass.
I've been looking at my phone praying that this check hit.
You ain't broke. So you ain't got no check come in.
I think that for a bunch of games, there needs to be an offline option. Like the Crew 1, you can literally play. You could play it offline. It has a full story to it. There doesn't need to be online components to it that make it just completely unplayable.
But now it's delisted because the online services went gone.
They didn't just delist it; they are removing it off of your account.
That's what I mean by delisted. They revoked your licenses, is what I'm saying. Yeah. So they delisted it back in December, but now they have revoked your licenses. You can't
then give me my fucking money back. Then
run my coins.
Facts.
give me the full
You know I
amount
don't
back.
want to be running across America.
Since I don't own it no more, you should not have my money anymore.
You stole from me.
So you just went and stole my shit. So give me my money. Run me my money.
As our good friend Time Traveling would say, that there should be legislation in place that stops developers from recalling or rescinding access to licenses. I really think that's actually and honestly
it needs to be.
And as long as there's no legislation in place, which is one of the things that this lawsuit was actually supposed to do. This lawsuit was actually opening up an avenue for legislation to be put in place, because if they find that he even has a case at this point, then what's going to end up happening is this is going to go to court. And when this goes to court, he has a chance. But does this lawsuit hold enough weight? Like, is Ubisoft just too big to not have this squashed?
I think it holds weight.
Like, it's a major company. So, like, we're talking about a single YouTuber going against an entire major corporation that is out here developing games. And of course, they're gonna hide behind their user end license agreements and all this and that. But at the end of the day, like, that's not gonna save you, because again, we paid for a game. You have just now rendered that game useless and with no value.
Just wait till the lawyer YouTubers get involved in that shit, because they're gonna obviously weigh in on this too, to see whether or not he has, a horse in this race in terms of this lawsuit. And a lot of them are probably gonna be like, yeah.
But I mean, how long do you think it'll take before they actually catch wind? Like,
it depends on how big he is and how many people see that and go, yeah, you know what? I agree with that. How many people blow this story up and spread it out? Because it is big news. Because that is very telling when a game company can do that. Like, not just delist it from the... Huh?
It goes past games, too.
Yeah.
It goes to other media.
Right. This goes to movies. This goes to any kind of digital content. Like, if you
didn't Sony do that with like a TV show?
Video, or if you bought stuff, like if you downloaded something, and that download should be available forever. And if you're not going to offer server hosting, let me make a physical copy. If you're not going to host a server anymore or anything like that, don't revoke my license.
Run servers.
Bought it from you. I didn't rent it.
Here's what I think. I think that if you are going to shut the servers down, take out any sort of microtransactions and just let people run their own private server off of the same game. Let people do that. So then the game's not completely dead.
The local host.
Yeah.
You can be a
peer-to-peer. Or local hosting or something. Peer-to-peer.
Peer-to-peer hosting. Allow people to actually host servers like they do in Power World, like private servers. Like I said, City of Heroes. You could have a whole revival of the original crew. And now should the crowd be big enough, they'll do it.
And NCSoft has officially given them their blessing too. Like, there's passionate people who don't want these games to die.
Make money off of them like that.
They're probably about to do the same thing.
Going to give their blessing.
They're probably about to do the same thing that they did with Destiny 1. They're going to say that these maps and cars and all of this stuff is going into the crew vault, and then it's not actually a thing. But they just dropped it in the new one.
You do realize that there are two games later, right?
I'm playing. I'm fucking with Lou.
Yeah,
yeah. When you started messing with Lou the first time, you see, I went and grabbed my quote unquote popcorn. I was sitting here.
That was a real. That was a real thing. Like, I just that was a real thing. Like, that was truly a real thing. And it wasn't a DLC. It wasn't a DLC. What happened was they came out with Destiny 2.
Dropped.
Yeah, Destiny 2 dropped, and they just
snatched
all the content out of Destiny 1.
Yeah.
So anybody who had Destiny 1, even though you bought the game, after Destiny 2 came out, it just wasn't a thing no more. Like,
but they didn't stop opening it.
Yeah, no, this is way worse than that.
You just didn't
because
have
they
anything.
literally are just taking everything, like they're taking
Yes.
it completely out of your
with
library.
the
Shut the
true
service down, delist it off the stores, and removing it from your account.
revoke
So it's like you
your
don't even
licenses.
you never had it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We stole it back from you. You paid for it. You used it. We taking it back.
And you ain't getting shit. You ain't getting your money back.
Yeah.
There's
We're
no
not offering no refunds.
They saying you rented it, the license. To use
No.
the product.
We
But
bought the
in
game.
actuality,
We bought the
you
game
bought
digitally.
the license.
We might have rented time on the server.
The only way that
problem with shutting the server down, but at least allow us to play the game.
if there was no disclaimer,
considered useless.
if there was no disclaimer in that game and or on the casing or on anything like that, expressing that this is a rental, then they lost that. They lost it. Like you can't say that it's a rental and then have people pay for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Lawyers who
they're gonna hide behind their terms of service and their privacy policies. They're gonna hide. Oh, it's in the fine print. Blah blah blah. There's nothing in the fine print that says that you can revoke my license for no reason at any point in time ever after I spent my money on this game.
Remember, this is also the same. This is also the same company that told us to get used to not owning our games.
Pretty much.
So this is very on brand for them.
That Congress have looked at this type of stuff either.
Yeah,
and you can tell from the last meeting, they're getting kind of tired of the terms of services, the weird vague ownership thing.
Yeah.
With terms of service. Yeah, so
I'm only hoping they get because you got a bunch of old people in Congress that don't know half the fucking shit that's on any of these things that involve technology.
Right. But that's the reason they getting tired of it. Because even when they use some of the stuff, even because they found out with TikTok,
is bad.
You are agreeing to go into these apps. Isn't it just
like what the hell is a
download? I go in. No, you download. You agree to something that you don't read. You were supposed to read. You should read, but you never really read because you want access to the app. And every app, every movie, every digital service has this barrier of terms of service that can say whatever it wants, but most of the time you don't read it.
What year did The Crew come out?
I said
2014.
2010 or 2014. One of the other.
Okay, so long story short, it was still when people were actually buying hard copies of the game as well.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
so
that don't make sense. I mean, not sense.
It's what I'm
really don't matter because
if I bought a hard copy of the game for the same price that you bought a digital copy of the game, doesn't that mean that you need to come and pick my hard copy of the game up too? Like, does that mean that my hard copy version of this game ain't mine?
I mean, you might as well throw it in the trash.
Because you're going to and it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, that's a lawsuit, and this right here is something. This is something right here that can truly sabotage a game company. Like
this is an end user agreement type of argument,
but this is also an argument, not even an argument, but like a topic that really discusses the future of the games industry in from a consumer standpoint of like ownership and digital ownership, because things are going more and more digital and becoming less and less physical. So with the fact that a lot of these hardware manufacturers, a lot of these console makers want to omit physical drives because they just want to sell games digitally. Like, okay, if I buy a game digital, I need security to know that, like, if you decide to delist this bitch, it's still mine. Or if you shut the servers down, I have some option to play it. Or better yet, you give me an offline version with the shit when you take it off.
Or you could charge me less money and let me rent it.
That too.
And
because if you're gonna treat games like a rental, then you need to treat that like they do.
Your price tag like a rental.
Exactly. How much was it to rent a game at fucking Blockbuster? It wasn't like $5.
Like $5-10.
Yeah, like $5-10. then your game need to be $5-10 for me.
If
Problem
we
is that you only got
service.
4 days, a week, or something like that. Yeah, what about all these subscription services that you put in? Like, as soon as you don't have PlayStation Plus or as soon as you don't have Xbox Game Pass, you lose access to all of those. But guess what? We know that.
We know
We
that. Yeah,
signed up for a subscription service. We know that we had to subscribe. We know that we're only getting access to these games during our subscription. And that's what I mean. We were sold a perpetual license instead of being sold a subscription.
Yeah, no, that's not okay.
They're stealing.
So you're not finna treat every single game like it's a goddamn subscription service game. We know it fucking isn't. When the barrier of entry is $70 now. The barrier of entry is $70 now. And if it's a live service game, I have to wonder whether or not I'm able to play this shit in a year, 2 years, 3 years. Because here's what's gonna happen. I guarantee you, Suicide Squad service will be shut down in 2, maybe 3 years. Support's gonna stop. Support's gonna stop next year.
I feel like that's a long time. It's gonna be shut down before that.
That's at most.
At most. Guarantee you next year support fully stops though.
Nah, for real.
Ain't gonna be no seasons
I'm with
after
you
that.
on this one.
Like, there are games that haven't lasted a whole year.
There are games that haven't lasted a whole year. This is games where they released that shit and a couple months later they're like, yeah, well,
honestly,
that's
I'll give Suicide Squad the end of next year. Before they start telling everybody,
which would make it a 2-year run.
Yep, it's gonna be a 2-year run.
Because if they start telling everybody the end of next year, that means that they're going to actually shut down by March of the year after.
Skull and Bones is on that same borrowed time too.
This is
same borrowed time.
I mean, we remember what happened with Babylon's Fall.
Oh, that's right. And what about the that one game?
Multiverses too, I think.
Multiverses
coming back because Multiverses is on its way back. They took that down and they're actually changing net code and doing more. They also claim that game was early access.
Get the fuck! No, the fuck it wasn't.
The game was a free game.
Again, but yeah,
early access
though. Like, I don't know. I thought it was just like, I don't remember saying early access.
They wanted you to buy in for early. They wanted you to buy in for early access, but they literally called it early access. But the game is a free game, so even when it was in full release, it was given to everybody for free. The only people who paid money were the people who wanted to have it for like a week or two early, and then get all of the extra perks and the coinage or whatever. And then they got robbed too because the game developers stole from us, because when it went into full launch, anything that you purchased prior to full launch got reset and you didn't get your coin back.
Oh, I didn't know that part. Yeah, all right. Well, fuck Multiverses.
Heroes, I lost all of the stuff, all of the progress that I unlocked, and I couldn't re-unlock them because I had already achieved the whatever. So, like, I didn't actually get to earn the coinage back. Like, you lost pretty much a lot of your stuff. Like, they literally stole from us.
If it's early access, quote unquote early access, and you shut it down and you come back and it's like, oh, it's completely reset and you don't have any of your shit. You had no right to turn on microtransactions to let people spend actual fucking money on the game.
Absolutely.
And it's a shame that we don't have some kind of legislation that goes, hey, you can't do that because now you're breaking promises to your consumer base.
You realize that the only reason that we're getting any regulations on microtransactions is from the EU, right?
Yeah. The EU's the only one's been doing it.
Ain't they the ones who started the ESRB?
All of those rules came from the European Union.
Mainly Belgium.
Ain't they? Wasn't it overseas that started the ESRB too, or was that her?
No, that was here.
They have a different system.
Yeah, they had the Peggy,
Peggy 12. They got that.
The European Union decided to do anything was because they were gambling.
Correct.
Minors and gambling.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
You know, when you playing Overwatch and you buy loot boxes and you might get a skin, you might get a gun skin, you might get a character, you might no. That's why
a voice clip.
That's why you have to limit, you know, your microtransactions
that shit used to piss me off.
Or not characters. You can't limit your microtransactions have to not impact gameplay. So your microtransactions can only be visual if you're charging for the game.
Correct. Listen, I just
Call of Duty started
free.
Whoever started this entire trend,
what you call it, because they skated around the rule because they offer Warzone for free, so you don't have to buy the game. But because they're running the same engine, you can now use microtransactions, and you can get those game-changing items and in the real game. That is a loophole.
See,
but
here's the problem. I don't know.
Free and they share a store.
I personally believe that microtransactions and this whole stealing from the gamer is going to recreate the gaming crash that happened in the late 80s. Like, I feel like at this point, people will eventually, especially the gamers, because I get that sometimes we have our biases and we truly love certain things, but once we feel like we've been lied to or cheated to, like the gaming community goes into a full-blown uproar. They literally bomb Metacritic.
I respect your point, but
all the way zero.
Countering your argument just a little bit, because yes, we had a gaming crash in the 80s, but I think that right now as gamers, we are stronger as a community than ever. The community is larger than it ever has been, because right after COVID, people had nothing to do. People started buying games, buying PlayStations, and you got to remember that the children that are coming up now are the children of the kids who actually were video game kids. We're not the children of video game kids. The video game kids were the kids who sat down in the 80s and the 90s and they had access to things like Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? So that's the generation that came up to be gamers. Right now, if you're somewhere between the age of freaking, I don't know, 20 and 40, 20 and 50, you could potentially have been one of those early generation gamers, and your kids are now second generation gamers.
And plus, the point of sale is direct to consumer now,
and it's a wider base, because now not only are you considered a gamer if you have a console or a PC, but you can game from your phone.
Yep. This little device.
And when you go overseas, in China, that's what they do, is they game on their phones, which is why they try to limit all of those mobile games, and they try to limit gaming in China. In Japan, a lot of people play card games. Like literally every corner you go to, you'll find people playing card games. In Korea, they play a lot of mobile games, but they also play like those dancing games. Like, it depends. No matter where you go in the world, people are going to be playing games.
Now, it probably be an implosion where, like Tom always harps on, you got these huge ass budgets, and when it doesn't need to be that big, and it need to be smaller, and like CD Projekt Red, they only come out with one game every five to 10 years,
which is fine.
So,
if you have a big budget on a game like that, that's completely fine.
That's right.
When you're Ubisoft and you got 17 studios, Ubisoft Montreal and Ubisoft Boston and Ubisoft of France, and they're all pumping out games, and you're pumping out an Assassin's Creed every year to 2 years, you're pumping out whatever other crap they be pumping out, Far Cry, and you're pumping out 2 and 3 games a year, and all of them are big budget games. That
is true. None of them are small budget games no more.
When all those flop,
that's where your problem is, because you got all of these studios. You're not putting any of your resources into anything. You're just throwing money at everything, seeing what sticks. You're wasting money and you're nickel and dime.
I think it's going to be a crash of major studios. That's what I think is going to happen. I think the crash is going to be the AAA studios, because indie studios are going to do fine. They're going to thrive, if anything. because it's been proven that a lot of these smaller studios are doing really, really well. Power World, fucking Enshrouded.
You hear about the big stars in the galaxy. You don't hear about the one that burn out, right? So, with the AAA, super indie, those games might not even make it to a news article before you say know anything about it. Like Power World, it took a lot for it to get where it was at. If it wasn't a great game, had all this media,
but they had also had
also
had a good track record too, because before that they put out Craftopia, and that was very well received as well too.
But it isn't known to everybody.
It isn't, but it is well received. So they had the foundation. What I mean is that they had the foundation, though. You know what I'm saying? So they had the foundation and experience to build off of that. Because a lot of the things that are in Power World also do exist in Craftopia, but Power World kind of refines those things that were in that.
But
if that makes any sense?
They fix their budget. Like they use assets from over here, save bread.
Look at Helldivers 2. I mean, that's built off the same damn engine as Helldivers 1. So I know they barely spent money on that.
Ubisoft ain't thinking about it. Shit. I got money.
Ubisoft, EA. EA's too. They spend so much money on their shit too. And that's like ridiculous. And as for gamers finally standing up, like, come on. Look at the 2K community. Just 2K Madden community. That's all you need to know. These motherfuckers literally pay for the same damn game that's basically now a glorified slot machine every single year without fail in massive numbers. Those games are profitable as hell because people continuously spend money in them.
Okay, I don't understand. I really don't.
Sports gamers are
a 2K player because in the open world thing, you can skateboard. You can
that was weird.
Drive cars. You can do all this extra shit besides play basketball. And I don't fully grasp the intellect and thought process of a 2K player.
I did dive into 2K for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I played, what was it, 2K23? When it was free on PlayStation. I think it was like last year.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That was fun. But I wouldn't see myself spending money like they do in it. I think that's ridiculous.
Money. I was spending VC.
Yeah, like that's and on clothes though, bro. That's the crazy shit. Like on clothes.
I mean, you paying full price. Like it's not like digital clothes money. Like nigga, you paying full like $23 for a jersey.
Bro, it's a crazy thing. Like, dudes be spending their paychecks on VC. Dudes be asking their girls for Christmas, yo, babe, just give me a car with some VC on it.
And you spending a bulk of money just for points to put inside your creative character.
Yeah.
I don't. Blicky, you play it. Enlighten us. Why do you do that?
What?
In 2K.
Spend money on VC so you can buy clothes.
Who?
Oh, never mind.
Boy, you better check my player. He level 63 right now. He does not get no VC in any way, shape, or form. I am
can't
not
take that nigga online for shit.
Let me tell online still giving people buckets, but it'd be little layups, you know what I'm saying? It passes. But layups. Like even in Call of Duty, I don't have skins. Like I don't have that. I unlock the ones that I got. Like I'm the type of person who I can play a game at its base because I don't invest so much into it. I'm the demo man. I'm only here for a short time. You know what I'm saying?
Blicky. Is that a lie?
No.
Is that a lie?
It's not a lie.
Is that a lie?
Oh, you got skins.
Okay, I bought one skin. I bought one skin, but it was the CDL skin. It was a CDL skin when they first came out, right? That was the only skin that I bought.
The Call of Duty League.
Call of Duty League skin.
Oh.
That was the
Let me
only
tell
skin
you.
that I've ever bought. Like every
Let me
other
tell you,
skin
they
that I
even-
got
they-
is like stock as shit from like having the game from.
Either that or like they give it away in the season pass or something.
Yeah, like that's the only way I get something.
When I first met you in Call of Duty, when I first saw your character, I was like, oh, for real? That's how we running it? You looking like a professional. All right. I'm gonna have to get that now.
It was like $10.
It's crazy.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I had spent money in Call of Duty.
Skins. It's not just one, it's like 3 skins. Plus you get other stuff. Like
Apex got me too. Apex definitely got me
too. Yeah, I have spent money on skins
because I definitely wanted to go ahead and unlock all them characters. Like I didn't.
Yeah, you ain't wrong about that. I did that same shit.
Process. What's another game they call me spending money?
I spent money in Helldivers, but I feel like that game. Number one, if I buy the their equivalent of a battle pass, it never goes away.
The War Bond?
The War Bond don't go away. That's forever. So I can
more than an hour into Helldivers. Like
I can unlock that
put on a planet.
All that I want.
You can literally unlock theirs in game.
And after experiencing the War Bond, I'm like, yo, I'm never buying a battle pass from any other game ever again. Like, if you don't give me the option, not even an option, but if your battle pass doesn't allow me to retroactively unlock shit past going on to the next one, I don't want nothing to do with it, because then it feels like I wasted my money. That's another thing too. Why is it with the battle passes that are not the equivalent of War Bond?
You about to ask a question that is another topic for another day. You should table that, because we are at 10:41 and we are over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually turn this over to the chat, and I'm going to ask you all to chime in, comment, let us know what it is that you think is going on with the developers, quote unquote, stealing from us.
Robbing us.
What do you think about monetization? We've talked monetization into the ground here. I promise you, we've talked monetization into the ground. But just let us know what you think on some of the topics that we've discussed today, whether it be Star Wars Outlaws, whether it be Fallout's TV show, whether it be the fact that you love Fallout 4 or Fallout 76, whether it be the fact that you think that developers are stealing from us and that you think that this is wrong and scummy, or that things that are happening within the gaming industry are just no good. Let us know. You know what I'm saying? Always feel free to check in with us. Remember, any comments, any questions that you have, we definitely going to try to get back to you. If you know, we greatly appreciate your time. We greatly appreciate your attention, and we're more than happy to have you as family here. So remember, if there's any goals that you want to achieve in life, we encourage all you have to do is just press start. All right. And I thank you very much for joining us today. We're going to be out for now. Peace.
Peace.
Deuces. Ooses.
Let's see.